I know their offense, it's a little known secret around the NFL, but they score a lot of points. We talked about in the opening, they make big plays on the offensive side.
And this man makes big plays in the kicking game. Maurice Jones-Drew had that huge kick in the early going last week at Pittsburgh. So dangerous, so many ways. Reaches up, downs it. Garrard will come out and begin at the 20. The #1 rated third down quarterback in the league this year. Just remember that. 18 touchdowns, only 3. Another 1,000-yard season for Taylor, who will share the backfield, alternate with Maurice Jones-Drew. But they'll start out with Taylor, and they'll go to him on the first snap, and a good 5 yards picked up, ridden down by Richard Seymour. Here for Ellis Hobbs. And that's a late change sent in by New England. Gay, starter. Hobbs active, but with a groin injury. Here on 2nd and 5, Garrard has a wide open man. And that's Mercedes Lewis, his tight end, picking up a first and rumbling all the way out near midfield. 23 gain by the tight end Lewis.
Yeah, good play call here. 2nd and 5. The New England defense, you're gearing up for a run up in the inside. That's what you think. They're going to try to overpower us. The play action pass. David Garrard Lewis wide open, caught the Patriots defense thinking run. They turn and they drop back. That's why there was a big space for David Garrard to throw into.
Bruschi finally brought him down, but not until he got to the 48. First down. Taylor this time dropped for a loss as Junior Seau busted through the line along with the Davis Thomas.
You got to tackle. How do you do that? You swarm to the football. You hustle. And when you get 4 or 5 guys around a running back, you can bring him down.
Reggie Williams in as an extra receiver. 2nd and 13. Garrard from the gun. Fields a low snap. Goes sideline. North cut. Harrison got him by the ankle, so they pick up a good chunk of yardage, set up 3rd and about 4, maybe 3, as they move the ball into New England territory.
I don't know what you think about this football game. We've already said it about this offense of Jacksonville. Not that there's pressure on them. I think it's good that they got the football first in this game. They can settle the game down. They can settle the crowd, and they've already changed field position, which will be so big.
Ellis Hobbs, again, not 100%, has come in for reinforcement in the Patriots secondary. 3rd and 3. Jones-Drew with the catch, but short of the first. James Sanders knew exactly how far they could allow Jones-Drew to go. Knocked them out a good yard and a half short. And they've kept the offensive unit on the field.
Yeah, they have. Little surprise. But David Garrard, nobody open down the field, throws it short. Good hustle by the New England defense getting to the football.
They are going for it on 4th and a yard from the New England 44. Jones-Drew, the running back. 3 tight ends. Gutsy call right off the bat, and it's play action. And Garrard with time, going long, got a man, and he has the catch at the 10-yard line. It's Mercedes Lewis. He got behind Asante Samuel for 34 yards, longest reception of the season for Lewis.
Yeah, that was the biggest gamble of all. Watch top of your screen, you're going to see Lewis wide open. David Garrard could have run for the first down. He could have thrown it short to the tight end, coming underneath, but no, goes for the big play. So they had this in their minds all along. If we get in a short yardage situation, let's go down the field, try to get a big play.
Garrard last week had that 32-yard scamper on a big 4th down to set up the winning field goal. Now throws this for 34 to keep them moving. 1st and goal to go, and Taylor picks up only a yard. Boy, the Patriots under Bill Belichick in their postseason have never allowed any opening drive points in the 14 playoff games for Belichick. I'm talking not a touchdown, no points, no field goal, nothing. And that's got a good chance of being changed right here.
I think you saw Jacksonville's mentality right there. We are going to be aggressive. That was a gutsy call. Dirk Cutter, offensive coordinator, but a safe call. 4th and short. A mobile quarterback getting him on the move gives you a lot of options.
2nd and goal from the 8. Again, they fake. They look right, go left. To the end zone, throwing it over the head and away as Wilford was well guarded. They had Randall Gay defending.
Yeah, nowhere to go. Just two receivers in that play. Everybody else blocking. That's why David Garrard had so much time, but the coverage down the field, excellent.
You talk about Jack Del Rio and this confident team, but confident but not arrogant, saying we really want to win a championship. Our team is looking at them, the Patriots, like they are in our way. Quite a statement for an underdog against an unbeaten team.
Well, they're getting that confidence reinforced on this opening drive.
3rd and goal, and Garrard with pressure gets it away, and it's a touchdown. Boy, I tell you, the Patriots may want to take a look if Garrard had a knee on the ground before he tossed it. Jones with the catch.
Good eye, Jim. Was he down?
He may have thrown that already down. The knee down.
The initial coverage, very good. You're the quarterback. Nobody's open. Oh,
wow, that is
close.
so close. How about the accuracy with that throw? And it is not being challenged.
Bill Belichick.
Oh, there is a flag out. There is a challenge flag out, but did they get it out in time?
I didn't see it. No, he still got it in his hand. He never threw it.
Wow, I think he was getting very close. Just too late. It's in the books. They're on the board. What a start for Jacksonville. Well, that New England defense has to be stunned. That was an 80-yard drive against them in 4 minutes and 10 seconds. That huge hookup on 4th and 1 out of the 44. And then Garrard to Matt Jones, throwing it while falling down. Not challenged by New England. Chad Jackson is the return man tonight for New England. Steps up to the 6 to field it. Cuts to the middle. Weaving through traffic and twisted down at the 26. Well, here it is, Phil. What did you think?
I think it's very close. And if they would have challenged it, I think the touchdown would have stood up.
So for the first time in Bill Belichick playoff history at New England, they give up opening points. Not just points, but a touchdown. And an 80-yard drive. Now we see Brady and New England for the first time from the 26. Coming out with 3 wides with Gaffney, the extra receiver. And Brady is sacked. What a start for Jacksonville. It's John Henderson closing in on the quarterback.
Coverage down the field, Jim. Nobody open. New England thinking, hey, maybe it's going to be man-to-man coverage. They got receivers crossing. No, it is not. Watch everybody dropping back, reading the eyes of Tom Brady. Where do you throw it before he can find the open guy? Too late.
Loss of 4, 2nd and 14 from the 22. Set up a screen. They go to Maroney. Maroney's got a big alley. And a blocker out in front. That was Gaffney holding on to the block. Sticking to Rasheem Mathis, and a 33-yarder for New England.
Yeah, obvious passing situation. So the defense, everybody runs with wide receivers down the field. There's just one guy, and he's blocked out of the way by the offensive lineman of the Patriots. And a good call, 2nd and long. The screenplay safe. Get Tom Brady in rhythm. Get the offense moving. And make Jacksonville's defense start thinking.
Just a second play for New England, and it's a big one to the Jacksonville side of the field at the 45. Now with outstanding protection. Finally nothing there, and he slides to about a 3-yard gain.
Jim, we'll go back to that touchdown, and we have looked at this throw many times. Stopped it, and that football is coming out of his hand about the same time his shin, his left leg, as it goes to the ground.
And the shin, is it the knee or the shin? It is. The shin can also count, right?
Absolutely.
As being down.
It's close, but a scoring play, you should always challenge.
2nd and 7. Maroney banging helmets, not 2 yards shy of a first. Paul Spicer with the tackle. Belichick was close. He whipped out the red challenge flag, and And tucked it away for perhaps later use, but wasn't going to take it there.
You know, my philosophy is, especially early in the game, it was the situation, third down. Throw that flag when it's a scoring chance you're trying to take away from the other team.
3rd and 2 from inside the 40. Kevin Falk, the running back, gets the handle and gets swamped. What a stick by Rob Meyer. And tackle for a 2-yard loss.
One thing you got to say, Rob Meyer, number 92 inside, gets the penetration, just pushes the blocker right back. Dan Copeland, the center, and tackles the running back in the backfield. And New England going for it on their opening drive, too.
Yeah, they say you could do it to us from the 44. We're going to give it a go from your 40. 4th and 4, though. It's 4th and 1 for the Jags when they converted and went big with the pass play. Brady's going up top also and fires it, has it, 1st down, Moss. 15 yards and a 1st inside the 30. And now they're going with the hurry-up attack.
Pass protection, the initial look by Tom Brady. They recovered, but because the pass protection was so good, Randy Moss finally uncovered.
They sprinted to the line, and then once they got there, Brady barks out the signals in each direction. And with another set of downs, just dumps it. Falk breaks a tackle, and he is finally down at the 18. Got away from Justin Durant. Picks up 8.
Jacksonville going to try a lot of different looks on defense. 3 down linemen that time.
Tom Brady, who has never lost a postseason game at home. 6-0. Playoff action at New England year for 210 catches. They toss it out to Maroney. And what a block, and he works it just right. Has the 1st down. And that's Jabbar Gaffney. That's the 2nd time we've seen Gaffney come up with a big block.
Well, the New England Patriots, they have a wrinkle for everything. They run it up inside, so, okay, let's fake it up inside and then pitch it to the running back going wide, and Jabbar Gaffney does a good job just getting in the way of Mathis to allow Maroney to get the 1st down.
So New England trying to match the Jaguars' opening drive. They're already at the 13. Another 1st down. Open. It's Gaffney. Shakes off the hit. And they say he stepped out at the 3. We'll have another 1st. He escaped the 1st tackle attempt by Mathis.
Well, good read by Tom Brady. He sees that he's Jabbar Gaffney singled up on the backside, because to the other side is Wes Welker and Randy Moss, and the Jacksonville defense, of course, is going to lean that way. And if they lean too far that way, Tom Brady will go back to the opposite side and gets an easy completion.
1st and goal to go into the 10-yard gain. Just beating the play clock. And now again, all kinds of time back to the end zone. What a catch. Touchdown, Benjamin Watson.
What a throw.
Well, they come out and sack Brady on the 1st snap for the Patriots, but after that, they seal that pocket the rest of the drive.
Watch it. Coverage is good. Sammy Knight is all over Ben Watson. But when you throw the football as much as the Patriots do, you get good at this. Okay, you cover us. Tom Brady knows it. The receiver knows it. Throw it behind him in the back of the end zone. Nice adjustment by Ben Watson.
And Gostowski out to tie it, and it's 7-7. Watson, who had a touchdown against Jacksonville 2 years ago in the wild card round. It was a 63-yarder that time, a 3-yarder this time, and it's 7-7 in the 1st. Well, after a Tom Brady fastball for a touchdown, New England 74 yards for the matching touchdown. Brady 5 of 5 on that series to 5 different guys. Now Gostowski, his 1st kick was a touchback. This one not as deep. Jones-Drew off the angle, looking down the sideline, and knocked out hard by Eric Alexander. There is a flag.
You said Tom Brady's 5 for 5, 5 different receivers. I go, yeah.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 57. Ten-yard penalty, first down.
Jerome Boger officiating this one.
I was going to say, I've heard that before, Jim.
Yeah. Familiar story. Each team has driven the first series down the field for touchdowns, and both converting huge fourth downs. And Jacksonville from the 18 with its second series, and Taylor unable to sidestep Ty Warren.
Hey, Jim, let's go back and look at what Tom Brady saw. Covered receiver in the back of the end zone. Out to in the flat, the running back's covered. Jabbar Gaffney over the middle, Randy Moss, Wes Welker. Because you throw it so much, receivers, they just know. Tremendous repetition. You learn how to adjust, and Tom Brady threw it in a perfect spot.
When they're that tightly covered, you got to zip it like he did for the touchdown. Second down and 10, we'll call it. Rodney Harrison threatening the blitz, and he is. Garrard has a man open, and that is Northcutt for the first. Randall Gay was the defender, but it goes for 19.
This Jacksonville Jaguar team over the year, it got better and better as the year went along in throwing the football. That time Garrard under pressure, knocked to the ground, anticipates and throws it perfectly to Northcutt. And Rodney Harrison knows how to get Vince Wilfork. Two guys getting to the quarterback.
Maurice Jones-Drew back in. Interesting, this is the second best rushing team in the league behind Minnesota. And so far they've thrown for almost 100 yards. 96 yards, 3 yards rushing. They're throwing again, and the ball is out. Garrard had it knocked out, and it's recovered by Vrabel. Ty Warren was applying the heat. The ball squirted out, and New England gets the first big break.
Yeah, the weather is cold. You got to make sure as a quarterback, but the pressure is just pushing the pocket, and it's Ty Warren who just pushed the offensive lineman. That's Maurice Williams. He pushes backwards, and David Garrard trying to go up to throw the ball. That's why the football came out.
Well, they played late last year on Christmas Eve Day, 2006, down at Jacksonville. New England won at 24-21 to clinch the division. Late in the game, last 2 minutes, Garrard fumbled in that one as they were driving, trying to win or tie it. From the 29. With a fake. And again, another open receiver with Falk for 5 yards.
So it's for 10 more yards. Wes Welker, more yards after catch than anybody in the NFL at the wide receiver position.
Falk after the catch, gets the carry, and gets the first down, running right behind Matt Light.
And there was a good look. Sometimes when you spread out 4 and 5 wide receivers, you get away from the run game, and it takes away the aggression of your offensive lineman. Watch it this time. Matt Light on the outside, nice block. And then just power running up inside by Falk.
And the 5-yard gain, enough for the first at the 19.
I'll tell you too though, Jim, when you get in those normal formations, a quarterback gets more time to throw the football, and he can look down the field for deeper throws.
Falk for the third straight play has his hands on it, and another good gainer for 9.
And what you're seeing so far, you're watching a defense that's worried about the big play. Rashean Mathis, number 27. Oh, they're going deep. Nope. But now he's got to come up and react. And can, again, when you throw it so much, guys get used to, because of all the repetitions of catching it, making moves in short spaces, and getting those extra yards.
This again coming off the turnover committed by Garrard. Second down and 1. That was Kyle Brady, the former Jaguar. Now on the right side, right wing there for New England.
Trap inside.
And Maroney, he gets stuffed. We'll see where they give him the forward progress. Looks like it'll be short of the first. This Jacksonville defense at Pittsburgh last Saturday night had 6 sacks, 3 picks, 2 of them by Rasheem Mathis, one of which he returned for a touchdown. They came up big and they shut down the running game for Pittsburgh in that one. What will they do here? 3rd and less than a yard. Maroney stumbles but drives, churning, and stopped about a yard short. What an effort. Heath Evans was moving the pile with him.
What did we see in the first drive, Jim? Tom Brady throwing it to 5 different receivers. This drive, a little mixture. Trying to look down the field, but a couple powerful runs. Again, nice blocking by the offensive line. Kyle Brady getting a good block. Randy Moss even trying to get in there and hit somebody.
Look at Vrabel, Mr. Touchdown. He checks in. We've also got Watson and Kyle Brady, so the 3 tight ends.
5-0 is eligible. 5-0.
On 1st and goal at the 1. Maroney tries to go low and they're stopped. And that's going to end the first quarter. Tell you, a fast-moving quarter too. It was 7-7 with New England inside the 1 when we get the second quarter started. You're watching the NFL on CBS. CBSSports.com has the NFL playoffs covered from every conceivable angle. The latest news, scores, stats, expert analysis, it's all there. CBSSports.com. As you see those 2 backs, Maroney and Falk, they picked up all 29 of the yards on that drive, whether it was a short pass or a run.
Yeah, no fooling around down inside. Nice movement by the offensive line. Nick Kasier, good job of getting some movement, and Lawrence Maroney, he has it all to be a star running back. Powerful, fast, good moves.
On the line drive. And awkward bounce. Jones-Drew better fall on it. Oh, what a disaster for the Jaguars after such a hot start. They've lost that momentum big time. Merriweather downs them. But at least he recovered. Slipping in and out of his hands. Jacksonville will take over at its own 5 in a moment. Ever since New England converted on that 4th and 4 on their opening drive that eventually led to a touchdown, it's been all Patriots. Forcing a fumble shortly thereafter when the Jags had gotten the ball back. Now they start at the 5. Jones-Drew gets the carry, gets smacked by Bruschi, and collects 2. You know, when you talk about teams in the league starting inside their own 20, like the case here, New England, it's astonishing. Almost half the time they still were able to drive the distance for a touchdown. Jacksonville, and what a wide margin, but still they were second best in the league. Second and 8. Bruschi with that last tackle. Standing at the goal line, Garrard has Lewis, who hurdles, ball's out, and alertly falling on it is Jones-Drew. Boy, he quickly darted to the football. First down for Jacksonville.
Yeah, and Lewis looks like he's going to come out of the game, but early in the game, I know you want to be athletic. That is a risky play. I don't know if he was touched as he jumped over. I think that's Randall Gay. I'm not sure who it is. Yes, Randall Gay. If he was touched, that football would be down.
So he limps off and is replaced by Richard Angulo. Garrard with 105 yards passing will throw again. And that is Isaac Smolko, who had only 1 catch on the regular season. And that one here in the postseason goes for 8.
You look at this offense, they got to keep this New England defense off balance, because if they just keep dropping back and throwing the football or get in obvious passing situations, the Jacksonville offensive line, it's a very good run blocking line, probably an average pass blocking.
So they get out of the hole. We're back at the 5. Now it's a 2nd and 2. Jones-Drew He's got the first. Nice piece of running. The second year back from UCLA. It's a 10-yarder.
Yeah, you look at this offensive line, what they like to do. They will double team big guys. And they tell the running backs, all right, you got to make the linebackers miss. And they have a little word they say. And if you're Jones, sure, you're a defensive lineman or linebacker for New England. Where is the running back? Hide behind big offensive linemen.
A first down at the 34. And Garrard, just a little toss to Jones-Drew. And another strange finish to the tackle. Goes for 18 yards, and another example of why Maurice once told us this season, my running style is all about winning, my will to win, to do whatever it takes.
Well, good movement by Garrard in the pocket, and New England's defense conscious of the big play also, Jim. We heard it repeatedly for 2 days up here. The runners, the receivers are big. The quarterback can throw it down the field with ease. That's why Jones-Drew was open underneath.
And just after he makes big plays, Taylor comes right back in and has another good run here for Jacksonville, and barely holding on by the ankles. James Sanders, that's a 15-yard run.
New England's defense, it's big. This offensive line, it's bigger. Look at the double team inside. Nice job by Brad Meester. Oh my gosh, they get, and Vince Montavoy, they give Fred Taylor the room, and Fred Taylor has everything you want in a running back. And finally, voted to a Pro Bowl or gets on the Pro Bowl team for the first time in his career this year.
You're seeing why Bill Belichick had warned his team all week that they are, talking about the Jags, a big play team. They just do it with the run. Now here's Taylor. Another good chunk for about 6. And we do have a flag.
Personal foul, grabbing the face mask, defense, number 55. 15-yard penalty, half the distance to the goal line, first down.
Well, that'll put him inside the 20.
Rodney Harrison coming up. Just trying to get that extra. Well, that's what they told us, Jim. Tackling and to get these running backs down to stop the big plays that you're talking about. Swarm to the football, 3 and 4 guys around them, because that's what it takes when you're facing a running back who can make you miss and run over you.
A drive that began at the 5, now with a 1st and 10 at the New England 14. Garrard. Ball was tipped, but still caught. Seymour had a fingertip on it, but Jones-Drew was patient, waited on it, and gains 5 down at the 9-yard line.
You got to be very careful as a quarterback. Find the throwing lanes, and knowing New England very well schooled. Boy, Richard Seymour, one of the best.
Look at, he tips it and still comes over and makes the tackle on the speedy Jones-Drew.
That's why he's one of the best inside defensive linemen in the NFL. If you can't get to the quarterback, then watch him and jump when he goes to throw it.
Taylor is the running back on 2nd and 5 inside the 10. It's Freddie Taylor weaving, driving, and a first down. 1st and goal to go. What a drive here by the Jaguars. I mean, this absolutely is what you've seen all season long that defines this Jacksonville offense. Well, the long drive.
The long drive, but it's productive. Look inside. They're going to go left. No, he doesn't. He decides you're fighting so hard to get off blocks, you open up a hole to the backside, and Fred Taylor sees it and gets inside and gets another nice gain.
1st and goal to go. Tackle Richard Collier is eligible here. He's reported in on that left side for Jacksonville. And they go with Taylor. And the plow's pushed. He's got about halfway home. Bruschi and Seau plugging up the middle.
You know, Jim, what really makes you take notice of this Jacksonville offense as you watch them play during the year, they've gone against some teams that are historically been tremendous against the run. The Pittsburgh Steelers come to mind. This New England Patriots team. And they still just line up, obvious running formations, 2 backs in the backfield, and they get it. They just go right at you and get yards.
The 11th play of this drive. On the 2nd and goal. Jones drew. There was a flag. There might have been movement on that right side of the line for Jacksonville.
Before the snap, false start, offense, number 79, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Now they've got a 2nd and goal from the 6.
You know, Jim, and I can't blame the offensive line, just a little too quick, because I thought David Garrard that time kept them down too long. You're near the end zone, the crowd's going crazy, you're anxious. Don't keep the offensive lineman waiting for the snap count.
So now they go to the air. Garrard with the throw and the catch. It's made. What a catch. What a throw. Touchdown Jacksonville. Ernest Wilford.
You see this a lot in the NFL now. David Garrard wants to go to the front side. He's looking right, and then Ernest Wilford on the back side. This is what he is supposed to do. Fake going over the middle, and if the quarterback has nowhere to go, come out the back side, and David Garrard, what a throw. When he let it go, I said, oh my gosh, it could be intercepted.
Yeah.
105 yards the other way.
Jarvis Green was crashing in toward him, so he had to lob it over him. Then he threw it over Asante Samuel, and it was absolutely on the spot.
Big wide receivers, they give you confidence sometimes in the end zone.
So a flag before the snap.
St. Louis Rams kind of made that in vogue in the NFL. Everybody on one side is going to the right, and then the backside receiver fakes and takes his time on the backside.
Encroachment, defense, number 75. The 5-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
How about the 2 Jacksonville touchdowns? There's some symmetry there with Garrard pulling off some great escapes on both of the throws.
He's so big, and what did Rodney Harrison say? He's big, he's smooth, and he's always relaxed. And that is, for an athlete, if you have a little talent and you have those characteristics, you can do a lot of good things on the field.
Well, it's tied at 14. It was a 95-yard drive as Tom Brady sees his touchdowns matched. What a throw. They picked up 7 first downs on that drive. Down the field to tie it at 14. Combined so far are 18 of 19 with 3 touchdown passes. But that was a 95-yard drive in which Jacksonville never faced 3rd down once. Chad Jackson gets the handle a yard deep. And comes up a yard shy of the 20. Tackled by Montel Owens. Brady back out. With the game tied in the divisional round. Lighting it up here early. Brady has not missed. Garrard 11 of 12 with a couple of touchdown passes.
140 yards passing. Trying to figure out which team has the offensive juggernaut.
Brady in his career has faced Jacksonville 3 times. He's 3-0. Has never thrown a pick. Factoring in the 1 touchdown pass in this game to Watson, he's now got 7 touchdown passes, never again intercepted. He comes out with another completion, just a dump pass. Maroney, what a escape from that hit. Got away from Sammy Knight for 7.
Jim, let's go back and look at the touchdown. David Garrard has a running back out to the right, the tight end, and then the wide receiver is his 3rd look. 1 and 2 to the front side are covered, so he drifts backwards, looks to the left side, and makes a perfect throw. And watch what it looks like from the quarterback's perspective. Covered. Then he retreats, waits, and makes a terrific throw, and that is all on David Garrard.
A 2nd and 3 for New England. They fake the wide receiver screen, go up the middle, and Falk with another first down. 4 for Falk. Not seeing the punters on the field. Got a player down, Darrell Smith, down on 1 knee for Jacksonville. 4th-year linebacker from Georgia Tech. And while he's 10-2, we'll take a break ourselves. 14-14 here in Foxborough. Now Jacksonville has lost now its most experienced linebacker, but he looks like he's ready to come back in. Daryl Smith, replaced by Brian Ewu, second-year player from Colorado. Justin Durant, a rookie. One of the linebackers out on the field, and a second-year man out of Oklahoma, Clint Ingram. That's it. Already without Mike Peterson, who remains on the inactive list with a hand injury. So they got 5 receivers in here. Moss has 1 catch thus far. 5 defensive backs. And that's Maroney for a 1-yard loss. And Ewu steps right in to make the first tackle and is immediately replaced as Daryl Smith returns. Call it 2nd and 11. England loads up that right side. They shift Watson wide. There's Welker with his first reception. In between Durant and Smith for 9 yards. It'll be 3rd and about 2.
Jim, what they do this time, Ben Watson goes in motion out there. Why? Because they're expecting zone, and they say instead of throwing it to our tight end in the middle, let's throw it to Wes Welker inside. And you do that because you want to get the football into the hands of guys who can get those extra yards, Wes Welker and Randy Moss.
Josh McDaniels, the coordinator. And that great
very creative
relationship, though, with Tom Brady. Those two communicating, sending in these plays. Now 3rd and 2. And another short toss and completion and first with Gaffney thrown down, but no flag. Picks up 4. Reggie Nelson, the rookie from Florida.
You know, you saw Josh McDaniels, Jim, and you know it's one thing to have all this talent on offense and to have these wide receivers, the quarterback, but I tell you what, puts pressure on you. You got to find ways to take advantage of it, and he has done that this year. Created an offense that can do basically anything, and they let it go. That's what you got to do as a coach. Do you have the courage to let the skill show? The Patriots, yes, they have that courage.
1st and 10, and Brady still without a miss. He's got another one, and that's Kyle Brady, who played 120 games for the Jaguars over 8 years. Gain of 12. Brady to Brady.
Jacksonville says, okay, we're not going to get beat deep. So they're backing up. Tom Brady says that's fine. A lot of teams have done that to us this year. He's looking underneath. Oh my gosh, he looked left, he looked right, then he comes back left. They see this a lot. That's why they're very efficient at throwing it short and keeping the chains moving.
And that's a 7th different target for Brady tonight. It's Maroney finding the crack in that line on that right side. Daryl Smith on the tackle. Neal and Kazier's side. He ran it for 6.
Now that first 4th down situation by Jacksonville, we understand now, right? Because the Jacksonville coaches go, hey guys,
hey, we got it. We
got to score.
We got to score. We can kick it down to the 1-yard line. They can still drive it 99 yards. We've already proven that.
I asked Jack Del Rio last night. I said, what was your first impression when you watched New England on film? He goes, guys, wow, we got a lot of work to do. He goes, that's an all-star team over there, and he's right.
2nd and 4, again over on the Jacksonville end of the field. And Maroney, 1st down, and 2 more yards. You know, they've been preparing for Jacksonville in advance. They had the week off as the 1 seed, and they came back on Thursday a week ago. And at that point, they didn't know the opponent, but they kind of played it that way, thinking it would be Jacksonville.
They gambled. They had played Pittsburgh before, so let's prepare for Jacksonville. So they got an extra couple days.
You see Jones-Drew and Taylor, 69 total yards, but the Maroney-Falk combo has amassed even more. And here they come with the end around to Welker. Mathis trying to cut him off. He gets past him. And finally, he is brought down by Reggie Hayward.
Well, they got it all going now.
Tom Brady's throwing blocks.
They're throwing it short. They've run it up inside. Now they're giving you a little deception. You're right, Tom Brady even getting into the side. That's a good block. That's all you got to do. Well, his guy made the tackle, maybe stopped the touchdown. He'll get chewed out in films over this.
Well, he slowed him down for a little bit anyway.
Yeah, a little
okay.
bit. Yeah, listen. You're a quarterback. You don't get in the way of big guys like that.
We got the 2-minute warning here at New England. In the snowstorm as they knocked out the Seahawks. 4 different players with a rush. That would be Brady, Welker, Maroney, and Falk. 7 different receivers. They haven't had the big play. They had that one screen play pass to Maroney on their second snap. That's about it. And they hand it off this time to Falk, who Spicer gets a quick hold of, holds him to 3 yards.
Yeah, Bill Belichick has been doing this for years. Yeah, I mean, he just got a team that's versatile. Everybody has a role. Mike Vrabel comes in on short yardage. Receivers carry the ball too. Running backs, everybody runs the power game. You catch passes, and like I said, there's a reason why you're 16-0. A lot of ways to get it done.
Welker to the left. Ross on the right side on the 2nd and 7. Brady sidesteps 2 hits and then ducks. And a flag. Durant and Meyer were putting the pressure on Brady.
Personal foul, chop block, number 61, offense, 15-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
And that's on Stephen Neal.
That means Stephen Neal went down and blocked on the right. Oh, yeah, they got the wrong guy. It looked like that time it was Logan Mankins who came in and definitely went down at the knees. I couldn't see who he hit, but the lineman was absolutely engaged.
Let's see what the Patriots do here. 2nd and 23. Back at the 34. They run it. They run it with Maroney, and he sidesteps again. Initial contact. And bounces out of bounds. They still have 3rd and long. Maroney able to gain 9.
Tell you what, Lawrence Maroney, you can tell he is back in the swing of being a frontline running back, healthy, fought off some injuries early in the year, the speed to get outside.
We really saw Maroney with the big burst in December in a number of games. He's got 82 total yards in this one, receiving and rushing. But a 3rd and 14, they've got to get down to the 11 for the first. 12th play of the drive. And Brady goes underneath. Welker needs to make the move to get the first one, come close. And he is twisted down around the neck by Terry Cousin. Almost took the helmet off. Gain of 8. And a timeout called by Jacksonville. Jacksonville takes the time. 57 seconds to go in the half. 4th down on the way. Terry Cousin got away with a personal foul call.
It was close. It's so, you know, you can't tell if it's the shoulder pads or the helmet. It is the helmet, but the officials can't determine that. And Wes Welker, he jumped up and was looking like, where's the flag?
Of course, the flag would have given them the first down. Instead, they've brought out Steve Gostowski, who was perfect last year in the postseason, including a winning kick against San Diego. Made 8 of 8 in last year's playoffs. This will be a 35-yarder. Ronnie Paxton, the first player on either side to take the field today, a couple hours before game time. Will snap it back. Chris Hansen a hold. And Gostowski's kick is wide right. Well, he missed only 3 all season. Had been 21 of 24. That drive for New England lasted a long time, but it comes up empty.
Yeah, it didn't even sound solid, Jim. I was listening to the sound, trying to watch it. Didn't catch it flush, doesn't get through it. You know, being a kicker is like a golfer. When you don't get through it, it's going to go right.
Well, they got inside the red zone. Brady led them inside the 20. They had scored inside the red zone 49 of their previous 50 drives that had reached that treasured territory, but nothing this time. And now with 2 timeouts, the Jags from the 25. Over to Lewis. Lewis had a little hip strain earlier, and he's back in after missing a few plays. That goes for 8. They hurry to the line and preserve the timeouts.
Well, yeah, you don't rush right here because you know New England still has 3 timeouts. So wait till you get the first down, then decide what you're going to do.
Garrard, that pass over the head, through the fingers of Dennis Northcutt. That's only the first half. A look back at the Packers' win today as they advance to the NFC title game. And we'll take on the winner next week of Dallas and the New York Giants, set for tomorrow afternoon. 3rd and 3 with 26 seconds. Go to the ground. Jones-Drew stopped short. And that was Rabel who forced him to go lateral. And no gain. James Sanders came up to finish him off.
Yeah, that's the play you expected. Make them use a timeout. Let some more seconds tick off the clock before you punt it away. You were really hoping to get the first down, of course.
We're going to see our
first charge timeout, New England. This will be a 30-second timeout.
We're going to see our first punt of the night.
21 seconds on the game clock. 21 seconds.
Adam Podlish, who was the first punter taken in the draft last spring out of Maryland. He was drafted, and just a couple of days later they then waived Chris Hansen, and Hansen ends up being the punter of the Patriots. Wes Welker, who had an outstanding career at Texas Tech returning punts. 8 of them returned for touchdowns in college, which tied the NCAA all-time record. Perhaps he'll get a chance to field one, run one, and give Gostowski another go here before the intermission. Podlish. Mel Mitchell trying to come up the middle and give him a little pressure. Welker makes a miss a couple of times, and then down at the 31 with 9 seconds. 50-yard punt, a beauty by Podlish. 14-yard run back.
Really well played half by both teams on offense, no question. You go in at halftime, what adjustments do you make on the offensive side? Nothing. Keep doing what we're doing. It'll be what each team does on the defensive side to try to slow the other team down.
So nothing fancy here for New England. And they'll take a knee and they'll go to the locker room with the game tied at 14. So we'll be back with the Sprint halftime report after this message and a word from your local station.
Doing what you're doing on defense. Don't give up the big plays, and you hope for the mistake.
And a reminder, this game is brought to you in high definition here on CBS. What do you think that first half does for Jacksonville in terms of confidence and all?
Well, it gives them a lot of confidence, Jim. I don't know if they needed any, really, because we talked to them last night. You came away going, wow. They're confident, and you believe it.
And the kick by Scobie down to the 4-yard line. It's Willie Andrews. And Patriots will have to begin inside their own 20. Jamal Fudge with the hit. That first half, look at the quarterbacks. 12 of 12 for Tom Brady. Of course, most of these were of the short variety, but still.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. 12 out of 14 for Garrard with 2 touchdown tosses.
They both did what they were supposed to do. They threw it to the open guy, and they were accurate. And that's why the first half moved so fast. No incomplete passes, limited possessions by both teams, but they did take advantage of them. New England, of course, missing the field goal was big.
Heath Evans lined up as a receiver wide to the right. The big fullback lined up like a deep threat as Brady comes out of the pocket and hits Welker. And he's just a bit shy of a first down, picks up 9.
I thought as the first half went along, there were big gaping holes early in the Jacksonville defense, and then they got a feel for it. And they go, okay, we're starting to see how the receivers are spaced out, and they were closing in. So when they catch it, they're not getting as many yards, and they're closer to the football. And it's like Dan Marino said, you just hope to tip one and get an interception.
Russ Hochstein has come in on that offensive line. Logan Mankin has walked out. Looked like maybe a foot injury. just had to retie his shoe.
Yeah, that's what it looked like, Jim. I thought he was messing with his shoe.
A first down picked up on that carry. Maroney picking up 2 more, giving him 43 yards and a touchdown on the night.
And, you know, just to go back to the halftime, they were right. Jacksonville has not blitzed one single time. Mike Smith, the defensive coordinator, he knows it. You blitz this team, makes you nervous, they'll hit you sooner or later.
Quickly over to Walker. That didn't go for much. 2 yards.
And, you know, talk about, there's Mike Smith, defensive coordinator, rumored to get some jobs around the NFL, getting interviewed and doing a good job. And it's not funny, but, you know, we both had the chuckle when Jack Del Rio said this offense. It just, my gosh, they spent more hours working this week than they have all year long. And as the week went on, they started gaining confidence. Hey, we're starting to understand it. I think we can play them, and they did a good job in the first half.
2nd and 8, back to Maroney. He's down at the 35, 40 short coming up. We saw a glimpse of Mike Smith, and he has some ties that you do as well with Morehead State, your old alma mater.
That's right. He was down there in 1986 as a coach, and shoot, you know.
Said his name's been rumored with some of the openings out there, including Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta, heard that rumor. Well, I guess it's a fact.
3rd and 3 for the Patriots on this opening drive of the second half.
Shows you people respect what he's doing around the league.
Brady signals for Gaffney to come in, just a pinch, and hits ball coming out of the backfield. That is Scott Starks finally taking him down, but it's another 8 yards.
Well, it was a different look for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They lined up, and they brought an inside linebacker, one of the linebackers, and it just was enough room for Kevin Falk, and an accurate throw by Tom Brady so he can catch it and run for the first down.
And Brady now 15 of 15. Best in a playoff game since '99. Only 1 catch by Moss in this game. You wonder if maybe they're not setting up the long ball to Moss here shortly. Again, they stay short with Welker. And Mathis has him down at the 48. Another 8 yards.
Yeah, Jim, what you know what that is? That's just another way to run the football. That's all it is. And you want to play certain defenses. New England through the year, they threw a lot of short passes. And Wes Welker, very quick and fast in tight spots. And that's why he can take those short passes and get extra yards.
A 2nd and 2 on the Jacksonville side. And it's Maroney. Inside is wide open. Maroney into the secondary and finally tackled at the 26. How about Stephen Neal and Randy Moss also, who's been, again, quiet tonight in the passing game. He throws a block. Watch him here, 22 yards.
Yeah, there's the block, and it's usually when the running back is on the left of the quarterback, they run across the formation to the right. No, little counter run. Stephen Neal, excellent block. Randy Moss on the outside. Maroney once again fast. Gets in the secondary. Boy, nice block.
Stephen Neal.
Stephen Neal. What'd you say?
Yep.
Man. Did you throw some blocks like that in high school?
Just a little confirmation for you there,
okay.
Frank. From the 26. Moss had a good hold of Brian Williams, his old Vikings teammate. And there's the first incompletion for Brady, and it's almost a pick on the rebound. Terry Cousin almost able to field it. It was Starks, though, defending.
Right here, coming up the field, and Jim, look at it. It's man-to-man coverage. And they've only played it a couple times here in the first half. One time is when Tom Brady threw the touchdown to Ben Watson, but that's what you're hoping for when you play this conservative, bending defense. You're hoping for a penalty or a tip pass or sack the quarterback.
2nd and 10. Now the backfield, nice grab. Got control of it. That Falk stuck a paw out there and reeled it in. Gains 8. 14 of Brady's 17 completions have been for 10 yards or less.
Well, look what we got. We got 3 guys rushing the quarterback. I don't like it. It gives Tom Brady way too much time. And Kevin Falk for so long, so valuable. You can't even count up how many roles he plays on this football team.
Another 3rd and short here for New England. On the 19, we'll call it 3rd and 3. Pass caught. Gaffney spinning down with the first at the 6-yard line.
Again, the mark of a team that throws the football a lot. The initial read, what's Tom Brady? It's not open. Oh, he gets a little nervous, but he waits, and here comes Jabbar Gaffney across the middle. It's up, and he's a lot of quarterback. Nice spiral. Right on target. That's how you get all those yards throwing. Be accurate with the football. Let the receivers run with it after they catch it.
13 yards to Gaffney, sets up 1st and goal to go. And Brady still has the football. What a fake to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, New England. It's Welker.
They faked it. The running back was close to Tom Brady. They faked like they snapped it to the running back. Good fake by Brady, and good coverage initially down the field by Jacksonville. Watch the running back. See how close he is? They fake like he's got it. Look at the defense react. And oh my gosh, nobody covers it in the back of the end zone. Good job of finding him.
And Brady just actually was able to pause with great poise, with his back turned to the defense to play out the fake. New England takes the opening drive of the 2nd half down the field for a touchdown. Welker had 4 receptions on that drive, an 11-play drive that ends with a thing of beauty. The fake Statue of Liberty. Brady zips it to Welker for the touchdown.
Yeah, the modern day Statue of Liberty, that's what I call it. And if you want to cover the outside guys, that's fine. Wes Welker works the middle.
Westowski's boot travels to the 10. Jones-Drew. And on the short side, steps out near the 30. I mean, it's just leave it to the Patriots to come up with something different and memorable. Back turn to the defense. There he is. England with the lead at 21-14. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms on the scene here at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. And it's Fred Taylor crashing up the middle for 4 yards. And how about this touchdown?
Yeah, Jim, a lot to look at when you watch the touchdown. First off, look how close the running back is. That's a giveaway to the defense. Look at him go like, oh, he's got the ball. He doesn't have the ball. Tom Brady finds Welker in the back of the end zone. Who's got him in coverage? Terry Cousin watching. Oh, no, he doesn't have it. And Tom Brady calm enough to find him in the back of the end zone. That's what I call a coach him up play.
A 2nd and 6. It's Taylor again. And Richard Seymour has a hold of him, along with Ty Warren. Tomorrow on CBS.
Defense, once again, think more about what's going to come at them, and you can't react as fast. So the Patriots, they have good players, and they're creative.
3rd and 3. Jones-Drew back in on this 3rd down. And that's Matt Jones with the catch. And a gain of 11.
Makes it easy to throw it inside if you're David Garrard, because you got wide receivers. Matt Jones, 6'5". I don't know if they got a receiver under 6'4".
Garrard again, the #1 passer in the league this year on 3rd down, even better than Brady.
Well,
had 10 touchdowns, no picks on 3rd down.
He's a very good thrower of the football, and when it's not there, he has the ability to move to let a receiver uncover or run for the 1st down.
And Taylor's back in the game, and he is held back to about a 3-yard run.
You know, Jim, you look at David Garrard, you heard it. They start him at the start of the year. It was a big decision by Jack Del Rio. His future was on the line. And he brings him in, and David Garrard has played well. He fits what they want to do perfectly. And he is the match for Jack Del Rio's team. This offense, that's why they had such a terrific year.
I tell you, spend a little time with him and you'll walk away saying, now that is one dynamic leader, David Garrard. He steps up in the pocket, flings it, has Matt Jones. Randall Gay from behind, able to bring him down, but that's a big gainer for the Jags.
That's why you can throw 18 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, because you don't have to stand there and throw under pressure. He goes, okay, here comes the pressure on the quarterback. He's able to move, and Matt Jones runs by the underneath coverage to get wide open. Oh, look at that sidearm throw. That's another thing, too, in this league. If you can't throw off balance, throw off your back foot, throw it overhand or sidearm, well, you're not going to be real successful.
And that one goes for 29 yards and a first down at the Patriots 20. And it's whistled dead.
False start. Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
NFL.com is your online source for playoff news, stats, exclusive video, highlights, much more. All at NFL.com. You know, David Garrard really talking to us last night about this being a team of destiny for some of the reasons you cited about him being named the starter at the end of the preseason, with Jack Del Rio also with really his job kind of on the line this season.
And he goes into fact, he said funny, and I played so well. It was not that it shocked him, but I think he was, of course, very happy that it's worked out as well as it has.
First and 15, Taylor. And there's Rodney Harrison coming up and even hitting his own man a little bit, Richard Seymour. No, Garrard would tell you that it just feels like there's a, you know, you hear athletes talk about this from time to time, but it gets your attention when they really start buying into the whole destiny thing. You just don't think it ends here in Foxborough is what he basically said.
Well, they're a close team. There's no doubt about it. They all are willing to give, and it shows. Jack Del Rio has said it. And it's funny, David Garrard's named the starter, and what did Jack Del Rio say to us? Oh, I didn't know he had so much personality. Well, of course, it can't come out until you're the starting quarterback.
And a 2nd and 11. And a timeout called by the Jaguars, who are driving with their first series of the second half. Well, the old athlete out of USC, Jack Del Rio, what kind of speed does he still have? Trying to get the timeout call.
Well, he's got good jogging speed.
11-year linebacker with the Vikings, Cowboys, Saints.
Baseball player at USC too, so you know he can get it done. 2nd
and 11. Can his team do it here? Look out. Garrard, that's an incompletion, I believe. Yes, it's ruled incomplete. As Rodney Harrison came in and upset all of the plans that Garrard had that time.
Yeah, that was good timing. That's always the key to blitzing. Catch the offense at the last second so they can't react to it. Rodney Harrison just everywhere.
Mike Vrabel knocks it down.
Rodney Harrison, Mike Vrabel without question, and Vince Wilfork, the 3 most valuable players on the defense this year for the Patriots.
Now a 3rd and 11.
Looks like blitz.
Here they come. Garrard gets rid of it. Pass. Oh, it was almost caught by Northcutt. Randall Gay was defending. Garrard was knocked down after he threw it.
Yeah, he knew it was going to be a blitz, so he stays back in the pocket and then throws it and falls backwards, and oh my gosh, it's right on target.
I mean, it couldn't have been any more perfect position.
Look at that, gets hit by 2 defenders.
Should have been caught.
Should have been caught. Looking ahead to the
Samuel coming in on him.
That's who he was looking at. You can see. Dropped the touchdown pass.
Scobie will be attempting one from 39 yards. Scobie's kick is good. Well, that false start kind of stopped the momentum, but this one, what it could have been.
You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Well, New England will be getting the football back. They drove it right down the field, 81 yards the last time they had it. Jacksonville 9 plays, leading to the Scobie field goal.
Yep, can Jacksonville still stay patient on defense?
Jackson going to take it. And Starks is there after a 17-yard run back. That's it. Brady with the lead at 21-17, inside 4 to go, third quarter. Well, there you see what New England's done, throwing the football around. 7 of them to running backs. Randy Moss with 1 catch. Heath Evans in this formation again where he's lined up as a receiver, this time wide left. As the Patriots have it first down at their own 24. Heath is still open. That's Welker, and it is a flag. Brady was hit late.
Derek Landry.
It's going to be a big 15-yard personal foul.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense, number 66. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Hitting Tom Brady late. Again, the initial coverage good. No pressure on the quarterback, and oh, that's pretty tough. Pretty tough. He does hit him, but he almost holds him up, and Tom Brady's getting carried away with this acting thing after that Statue of Liberty. What do you think, Jim? You know what I mean? He just can't get out of character.
Well, he certainly was able to convince the officials with that acting. So it worked. Here's Maroney, untouched the first 10 yards, and again into the secondary, and a second gear kicked in as he goes all the way down the field near the 26-yard line, 29-yard dash.
Well, the last time we saw Lawrence Maroney run it, he went faked across the formation and went back to the side he was on. This time he goes on a sweep. Stephen Neal again on the block. The defense collapses in too far, and the speed breaks out and gets it. Oh boy. Well, you're in the open field, and these running backs are so fast and so quick, hard to bring them down.
He's got a 100-yard game. That was Reggie Nelson that he sidestepped, and Randy Moss goes to him for another block down the field. This time they go right side. Maroney with a quick 11. This time it was Kazure and Kyle Brady clearing the way.
Well, can the Jacksonville defense still stay patient? They're trying, but they're getting gashed. Nick Kazure, Kyle Brady, just name them all. They're all getting blocks. Wes Welker down the field. Look at Kyle Brady, the tight end. Just seals it off on the outside. Reggie Nelson, the safety, goes flying down. And when I said that, can they be patient? I think you got to take a chance. What you're doing now is not working.
Really stopped them all night as they did it quickly. Welker, and that's Henderson wrapping him up for no gain. Now tomorrow we'll be back with you. CBS coverage of the divisional round. Chargers and Colts at 1 o'clock Eastern time. Greg Gumbel and Dan Deerdorf will have the call, and JB will run the show in the studio at noon Eastern with Dan Shannon Boomer and Coach Cower at noon. San Diego and Indianapolis.
Yeah, excited to see it. Marvin Harrison's back. I think all football fans are happy that he's healthy and he can play. And it should be, hey, two teams that got a lot of stars. They can make plays. 2nd and 10 from the 15. Brady for Welker. And that seems to be there anytime they want it. Darrell Smith rides him down. Still they'll have 3rd and 3 on the way. You talked in the first half about how New England had kind of this hunch it would be Jacksonville, so they went ahead and prepared about 50 plays worth on Thursday and Friday last week. Well, Jacksonville said they prepared 3 weeks for the Patriots. Yep, they looked ahead and they thought they would be in this spot, and so they started some initial work on the New England Patriots. Good thing they did. Plus, they had seen everybody else this season. That's right. With that strength, that's the biggest thing. Yeah, that AFC South delivering 3 of the 6 teams to the conference playoffs. Now 3rd and 3, Brady. And he can stand there long enough to find Watson for the 2nd time tonight, and a New England touchdown.
You know, I think back to the first play of the game for the Patriots. Brady was sacked, and the rest of the night, he's had all kinds of time.
Yeah, look at this. You're the quarterback. He wants to throw it to Wes Welker. He's covered. Tom Brady drifts in the pocket. Second receiver has been Watson. He uncovers, and again, when you can't pressure the quarterback, a guy of this talent, you'd make him great. And Tom Brady knows this is some big touchdown.
Six plays and 76 yards, and Brady now for the night. 23 of 24 and 3 touchdowns.
And I tell you, Jim, what's really, I've been impressed as much as any time this whole year with this New England offense. The patience Tom Brady has shown throwing it underneath, and the patience of running the football consistently, knowing that Jacksonville, their main concern is not to give up the big plays.
Brady putting up numbers that are Sims-esque from Super Bowl 21, even a little better than 22 of 25. Jones drew from the goal line. And a flag. Boy, Jacksonville is going to be knocked back inside of its own 10. Willie Andrews on the hit. And the Jags are in a hole on the leaderboard or scoreboard, and soon to be with field position after this infraction.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 85. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
That's 3 key penalties on Jacksonville in this quarter.
Watch Tom Brady's eyes. No blitz. He's looking for Wes Welker first. No, he's not there. He drifts in the pocket. Ben Watson, second receiver. That just goes to the offensive line. You give a quarterback in this league that kind of time, you can take a lot of average quarterbacks and make them pretty good.
Jacksonville has to begin this one back at the 6. Remember, they did have that 95-yard drive in the second quarter for a touchdown. Jones Drew, though, is met by 4 or 5 members of that Patriots defense. It's reduced to a 1-yard run. Closing out the third quarter here. And Jacksonville's going to let it run down. New England owned that quarter. They had the ball twice, drove it both times for touchdowns. Lead it now at 28-17. Now the Patriots in that third quarter had 142 total yards and 2 touchdowns, 9 first downs. Just mauled them when they had the ball. You see Jacksonville has scored in every quarter. They've scored now in 26. The Jags 26 consecutive quarters, going back to the Indianapolis game December 2nd after being blanked in the first quarter of that one. Every quarter since. They need a big 4th here to keep their season going. Start the 4th with a pass over to Northcutt.
Sorry.
And Harrison is still wrestling him down out of bounds. Saw Brady over there running around on the sideline. You know, Tom Brady, you remember a couple of years ago we were in Denver on this night on the divisional round, New England and the Broncos, and he threw that red zone pick. The champ Bailey ran back down the field some 100 yards. Since being intercepted in the red zone on that throw, he has not been intercepted in the red zone again over 2 years and has thrown 60 red zone touchdowns. Okay, how about those numbers? Gerard on 3rd down, and what a catch for the first, as Wilford takes a hit up high by Merriweather, and a flag comes in.
Late hit.
Ellis Hobbs. Some grab by Wilford.
It was, again, the height of these wide receivers.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 37. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Well, the Patriots had those 2 costly personal fouls in the first half. Here's another one.
First off, watch the catch. David Gerard once again under pressure. Gets hit, goes to the ground, and Wilford goes up and makes a terrific catch on the outside. As you can tell, he's tall. Look at him.
And they call the spear there on Harrison.
Yeah, it's a good call. It's late. It's not only is he going to the ground, he's on the ground, but Rodney Harrison hits him.
So with the penalty, out to the 42. And again, this drive started at the 6. Garrard was looking long, now taken off. The middle of the field is open. Bruschi can't bring him down, and he slides with Sayal making it official at the 50. That goes for 9.
Jacksonville that time going for the home run. He's looking to his left. Had a receiver doing a double move, but the Patriots defense all over it. Mike Vrabel, once again, just a half a step behind, but a good decision by David Garrard. It's not there. There's a lane. Take it and run.
58 yards rushing last week, but 32 of it on that play that really won the game for him, setting up the Scobie winning field goal. 2nd and 1. Taylor has the first. And that's Jarvis Green dragging him down. This is just a week ago tonight at Pittsburgh, as they won there on that field for the 2nd time in less than a month.
What did he say about that move? He goes, I thought I was going down, and couldn't believe it. I got around the defender and got those extra yards. Those extra yards really decided the game.
Didn't have his sharpest game. In fact, had his worst statistical game of the season throwing the football, but he's having a big night tonight with the arm. He's going up top again. Hands open, and nice catch right off the ground. Reggie Williams scooping it up before it touched the turf.
During this year, these Jacksonville wide receivers, they've just gotten better. And last year, they would have dropped this pass. But the movement in the pocket, once again, by David Garrard. The defense, when a quarterback waits and he moves around, the defense spreads apart more. He catches his football. His arms are under it all the time. His hands, that is a catch.
Goes for 25.
But the defense spreads apart, gives David Garrard big throwing lanes, and he hits the receiver.
From the 21, here comes Harrison. Garrard stumbles, regains his balance, and was throwing it in the area of Ernest Wilford. You know, Rodney almost got to him. Rodney talking to us this week about how youth is overrated. We know where we're going at our age, talking about guys like Harrison and Bruschi and Vrabel and Sayal and so many others on this team.
Well, they're smart. They use their experience, their knowledge, and their hard work to anticipate what is coming.
Harrison saying this feels like a whole new season. Of course it is. But the energy level he was talking about, the spirit, the meetings being longer, and everybody kind of on edge, ready to go. 2nd and 10, Jones drew. And it could have been a loss into a gain of about 3. Well, big 3rd down here, Phil.
Yeah, it's a big 3rd down, Jim. They don't have to score a touchdown. Well, the big question is, no matter what they do, can they stop New England's offense? But they're down 11, so you take the field goal, and it keeps it to a 1-score game.
6 defensive backs come in for Bill Belichick.
They're going to blitz them.
Need to get to the 11 for the first. Here they come. Over to Jones-Drew, and he has the first. He squeezed out a first down past Hobbs and Sayal, 8 yards in the first.
Very diversified offense for Jacksonville. You see the blitzers, they think the blitz is going to keep the running back in the backfield. But Jacksonville's ready for it. They pick it up. They free release the running back. That's why he's open. And quick recognition, good throw, big first down. Jim, a lot of times you do that because you're trying to keep those secondary receivers in the backfield.
It's 1st and goal from the 9. Jones-Drew, Sayal had a hit on him. And again, Jones-Drew didn't go down with that first contact. Picks up 2 yards.
We talked about Rodney Harrison, talking about youth is overrated. 2 guys tonight. 55, Junior Sayal. Here he comes there. Right, just runs right around the blocker, makes the hit, Junior Seau, Rodney Harrison, they're everywhere.
Junior Seau in his 18th year. Matt Jones and Dennis Northcutt come in for reinforcement in the receiving core for the Jags on a 2nd and goal. Gerard, end zone, and almost intercepted. Harrison had it. We're looking for Reggie Williams.
You're right. Rodney Harrison had it. David Garrard going, yes, inside. Watch up, trying to go through the middle. If he throws it high in the back of the end zone, they might get a touchdown. But he throws it too flat and inside.
Bruschi got a finger on it too, kind of deflected it a little bit from his own man.
Yep. But Reggie Williams was open.
Now a 3rd and goal from the 7. Gerard back to the end zone and knocked away. It's Matt Jones trying to bring it down. He has a touchdown already in this game, but Randall Gay broke it up. And they're bringing out Scobie.
Absolutely, got to bring him in. Matt Jones, 6'5", against Randall Gay. The throw was just too soft. These defensive backs, they see it so much now down in the end zone. Wait for it when the receiver raises his hands. Put yours between them and knock it away.
This will be just a 25-yarder. Versus a 25-yarder last week that beat the Steelers with 37 seconds to go. Podlish on the hold. The kick is good. A pair of field goals in the 2nd half. Jack Del Rio's team. It's a 28-20 New England lead. David Garrard and the Jags. They've been fearless here in Foxborough, but they're down 8. Meanwhile, Tom Brady has dazzled us with a little trickery on top of it all. It's a 1-possession game in the 4th. The ball about to be kicked back to the Patriots.
Well, we hear that all the time. We just want to be one score with the Patriots going into the 4th quarter. Well, we've seen it a lot of times, but nobody can make the plays to stop their offense.
Well, you can't force them into a turnover. It seems like they have the fewest in the league this year, only 15. And you haven't seen Hansen out to punt the whole night. And Chad Jackson goes for the edge, and look out, might be a late hit.
Don't put him in the field.
All right, bumped out near the 20. With the winner advancing to the AFC Championship game. If it's New England, they will be hosting next week either San Diego or Indianapolis. If Jacksonville wins here, they'll be at either Indianapolis or San Diego. With 9.5 to play here in the game, Patriots begin this series at the 20.
Defense finally coming up, going to try to put pressure.
Baroni. And he is twisted down after 1 yard.
A lot of big plays in this game, Jim. We just saw one at the end of the last drive. David Garrard trying to hit the wide receiver Lewis in the back of the end zone. Everybody else is covered, but the play was designed to throw it down the middle in the back. And the Patriots, Teddy Bruschi and Rodney Harrison, watching the eyes of the quarterback. That's why they knocked it away, and, of course, the throw wasn't perfect.
A 2nd and 9. New England with 12 consecutive home wins. Last beaten here by the Jets in November '06. Brady. This time has to throw it down the field. What a catch by Stallworth. And off he goes before a shoestring tackle by Rashean Mathis. 48 yards.
Jim, this is going to be a screenplay. The Patriots faking it to the right, going to throw it left, nothing there. And Tom Brady's movement and Dante Stallworth, seeing the quarterback was in trouble, took off. And what a throw on the run by Tom Brady. My gosh. You know, when Jacksonville finally tries to pressure the quarterback, they got him stopped, and Brady moves and makes the play.
Stallworth had one of those moments where you see a player who's off to the races, looks up on the Jumbotron to see if there's anyone behind him or with an angle in the middle of the field.
This play could be the difference in the game and maybe why they'll go on and win. And look at that fingertip catch. First off, what a throw on the run by Brady. And then right on the fingertips. And Dante saw where you've said it many times, Jim. They believe he's the most dynamic. Oh, he is looking at the.
Yes, he is.
Looking up there, says, I'm going for a touchdown.
Maroney picks up 2 on that last carry. Henderson on the hit. It's a 2nd and 8.
I like looking at myself, too.
I've noticed. And the truck confirms it. There's the pass. And it's a catch again by Stallworth at the 18.
You know, what are the options?
A whole chorus of we knows from Mike Arnold and Lance Barrow and Sean McManus and everybody else down in the truck.
What, do you want me to look at you? I'm saying, what are the options?
Tony Petit, he's down there too. Agreed. There you go. Hey, look at this. Your record.
I was too busy watching the field. What about my record?
Oh, there it is. It's in danger here. This guy Brady.
It's not important.
3rd and 1. Here comes a blitz. Oh, that goes as an incompletion. Welker would have had the first.
I did like the approach that Jacksonville took on this drive. A little unfortunate. They gave up the big play, but they blitzed. They put pressure on New England, and the 3 times they did it, they really had them all 3. Just a movement and a terrific throw gave New England that one long completion. Tom Brady knows how big that was.
Big kick, though, by Gostowski, 35-yarder. Missed one earlier tonight. Missed from the same distance. Needs to make it a 2-score lead, and he delivers it this time. Welker would have had the first. A rare drop, but the field goal makes it 11. Hey, Wes Welker only caught 112 passes during the regular season, so you can cut him a little slack.
Yeah, Wes, she only caught 250 balls this year.
Yeah.
We'll let you drop 1.
Got 9 catches tonight, including a touchdown, 7 of them in the second half.
Just think of Wes Welker, what he's done for the team. They've taken away the outside receivers. They dared him to throw it inside. Well, New England took the dare, and Wes Welker's taking advantage of it.
6:39 to play. Jones drew, and they go with the reverse. It starts. The Patriots are there to meet him. Kelly Washington.
You got to take a chance.
They've had 3 scoring drives of at least 80 yards in this game. That last field goal drive measured 80. Gerard's pass pulled down by Jones Drew, and he almost split the defenders and took off.
Fred Taylor, Maurice Jones-Drew, how many times tonight have they been about a half a step from getting to the last guy on the defense to see if they can be brought down?
Jones-Drew picks up 12. And Jacksonville may want to show a little more urgency.
Well, they are. No huddle.
First down, misstep. And Gerard's able to pick up a yard out of the bust. He seems to be a little shaken up.
Yeah, David Garrard. Nope, it wasn't his fault. The running back went the wrong way. I'm watching the blocking by the offensive line. That was a run to the left.
2nd and 9 with 5.5 to play. Here comes Seymour. Gerard gets it over to Jones-Drew for about 4. 3rd and about 5 coming up.
I'm sitting here thinking, what do you do on 3rd down if you don't get it? I believe you got to go for it on 4th down.
Well, you haven't been able to stop New England all night, so you're just going to have to try to do something with it, you would think. But still, see what they do on 3rd and 5. Gerard down the line, now throws it. Oh, and again, it could have been caught by Northcutt. Had his hands on it briefly.
There was a chance David Garrard could have run for a first down, but watch Junior Seau. He comes flying across the field, and David Garrard at the last second sees him and has to throw it down the field to Northcutt just off his fingertips. This would have been an incredible catch.
A really tough catch.
Yeah,
you got to give him a break on that one. And they are going for it here on 4th down. Remember, they hit that 34-yard pass play in the first quarter on their first series. They're taking a timeout. They have only one remaining.
They were disorganized. Good timeout.
4th and 5 on the way. Del Rio telling his team this week, give it everything you've got on the field. Biggest thing is walk off that field with no regrets. If we can accomplish that, we'll take the result, whatever it is. It is 4th and 5 with 4:42 remaining. Pass caught. What a catch this time by Northcutt. First down. There is a flag in there. It looks like Asante Samuel took a swing trying to punch the ball out.
What a throw, a catch. David Garrard had pressure all over him.
It looked like picked, didn't it? Could be potentially picked, but it had some heat on it.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, late hit out of bounds, defense, number 22.
It's on Samuel.
15-yard penalty, first down.
So they'll get not only the first down, but 15 more, and Jacksonville is still alive.
On the outside, look how close this is. Randall Gay almost comes under it, makes the play. Asante Samuel on the tackle, and that wasn't him. I don't know who made that hit. That's Rodney Harrison.
Now they're set up at the Patriots 45. Ball tipped, and that was Thomas tipping it and running after it. Dallas Thomas.
Again, we've seen it this game already. Look at Thomas. Just stands there. He sees the quarterback looking his way and just waits and jumps and knocks it down. It was almost a game ender.
Here comes the pressure. Garrard steps up. Stays behind the line, now takes off out of bounds to the 40. Junior Seau giving chase, picks up 4.
It's amazing how he gets out of trouble. Never in a rush. As Rodney Harrison said, he's smooth and calm. And you think, here he's going to go down there. Gets out of trouble this time. Jarvis Green can't get him and picks up some good yards.
They spotted actually at the 41. It's a 3rd and 6.
David Garrard, mobile as a quarterback, but always looking to throw the football when he's on the move.
Middle, almost intercepted on the rebound by, that was Merriweather. He was trying to hit Lewis, and again they've got a 4th down coming up.
Yeah, this is where not having great speed on the outside is hurting this Jacksonville team. They're throwing over the middle. Look at the number of defenders inside. That's the same play Tom Brady threw for a touchdown to Ben Watson. But no separation and not as much time for David Garrard forces the incompletion.
Sanders was defending. Another must convert. They've converted twice tonight on 4th down. And they do it again. No, it's picked off by Harrison. Rodney Harrison has it, and New England with the turnover, the takeaway. And a flag at the end.
Well, David Garrard takes a chance. Rodney Harrison reading the quarterback the whole play and just drifted to where the football was thrown to get the interception.
After the interception, during the return, holding, defense number 36. It'll be New England's ball, first down.
So New England has the football, 11-point lead. Jacksonville has only one timeout.
Oh, what a job. You see Rodney Harrison the whole play, right in the middle, and immediately, Jim, what'd you say? Youth is overrated.
That's what Rodney said.
Yeah, experience, studying. And it makes you quicker and smarter when you do all that, and all the players know now the game is over.
Pump fist by Brady. And now break Subtle. Football at the 31.
Well, that's a guy that's seen a lot of passes by quarterbacks, and he knows when you're pressuring them, they can't look you off. So he trusted his eyes watching David Garrard.
Maroney just back to the line of scrimmage. And how about Harrison having a pick in 4 consecutive playoff games?
Well, New England uses him the right way, Jim. They let him roam. In other words, he has freedom. He's the short safety, so he doesn't have to worry about the deep passes. And his job is really to watch underneath routes, read the eyes of the quarterback, of course, be smart. And he knows David Garrard's not going to have long, and that's why he got the interception.
David Garrard with 3 interceptions the entire regular season. Remember, he went some 230 passes, somewhere in that neighborhood, before he even threw his first one of the year. In the game at Indianapolis, it was a pick on a tip. Those 3 the whole season. Was the second lowest interception percentage by a quarterback in the history of the league. But he has 3 now in the 2 playoff games, 2 last week and that one tonight. So Maroney with another carry. 3rd down coming up. And coming up, we got the Subway post-game show. 3rd and 8. Timeout called by Brady. 2:38 to play in this one. Harrison with these postseason picks. That was the one in the Super Bowl.
First one down by the goal line. The second one, a deflection. When you're a safety, middle of the field, deflections, got to be there to get them.
Remember that big one he had against Ben Roethlisberger in an AFC championship game, too, 4 years ago.
Read the route, came underneath the tight end, ran it for a touchdown.
And with the NFL today at noon tomorrow.
The Colts are still in the playoffs?
You wouldn't know, would you?
I haven't heard it yet.
You know they're still in the league. Brady's pass, Stallworth gets the first down. How did he break free? That was absolutely the last chance for Jacksonville. They had to make a stop there, and Mathis was unable to keep him within the first down boundary.
Yeah, it's tough. Dante Stallworth, not the tallest receiver, but powerful, fast, explosive after the catch. And we've said it so many times. What do you defend? Well, they stopped Randy Moss tonight. They didn't stop Wes Welker. The running game, Ben Watson. Oh, and Tom Brady was pretty good too.
Yeah, I was wondering if you're going to get around to that guy.
Well, it was a testament to their patience. Terrific first throw, good acting, and just never panicking. And then tremendous protection again on the 3rd one.
Well, 26 of 28, and if he Well, he'd have to throw 2 incompletions at this point. Well, obviously, he's not going to throw the football. He's going to have the highest completion percentage in NFL postseason history in a game. Ricky, your mark, my man.
You don't have to take so much joy in it.
There's no joy.
It's okay.
You know, you still have that Super Bowl record. It's going to sit there probably forever.
You know, it is what it is.
There is no glee. So that'll bring it down to the 2-minute warning. Harrison seals it with the steal. I got to give a lot of credit to Chris Hansen. You just saw him throw the football. But he's been practicing punting over here. The loneliest man in the stadium tonight. Yes, he's been out there on holds, but has not punted in this game. Had the fewest punts of any punter in the league this year, no surprise.
You go home, how'd you do tonight?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I warmed up great.
Yeah, I had a good warm up.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to shower after the game. Of course, he still could get out here. 2nd and 8. Maroney having a fine game here. Over 100.
You know, Jim, you look at Jacksonville, you see now they know what they have left to get to do in the future to be like the New England Patriots. They have found their quarterback, that is for sure. And this team is terrific year for them. They're headed on an upward spiral, no question.
3rd and 3. And Maroney backed up. We will, I suspect, see Hansen. Yes. Speaking of Lee, there's Mr. Krabs. Got Donald in the booth tonight. Teddy Forsman up there, a few friends. Myra enjoying it in his first experience being a professional owner. Talking about the other day, the Boston Lobsters. He was the owner of that World Team Tennis squad back in the mid-70s. Martina Navratilova was one of his players. He learned a whole lot about just being an owner, and that is that it actually really applied to this.
Yeah, it was interesting listening to it. I'd forgotten about that tennis league.
There's Hansen. It's a wobbler. Washington will watch it go out of bounds. Our executive producers of the NFL on CBS, Sean McManus and Tony Petiti. Coordinating producer is Lance Barrow, and our director, Mike Arnold. Senior producer of CBS Sports and the NFL Today, Eric Mann, back in the studio. Our director as well back there, Bob Mattina. Coordinating producer is Harold Bryant. Associate directors of this game, Corey Fishman, Andy Friedman. The broadcast associates, Alex Birchie and Mike Friedman. Technical manager, Pete Callander. Technical director, Jonas Einstein. Audio supervisor, Ed Soltis. Kevin McHale up here in the booth. Ethan Cooperson, Gary Brown with the stats, and our editorial consultant, Tom Spencer. And thanks to all the technical crew here. They do a great job, as they always do every week, all season long. Here's Gerard with seconds to go in this game. Greg Jones now on ahead for about 12. Bill Belichick and the Patriots are on their way to another AFC Championship appearance. New England 17-0. One step from the Super Bowl. Coach Belichick giving a hug to one of his boys, both of his sons. He was going to make sure he went over and had a moment with them. Now he's going to go find Del Rio. Well, Phil, another day, another Tom Brady record. Ho hum. Sorry.